Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, episode 2 of our Seattle Kraken Franchise Sim. We simmed through year 1, or technically this past season that just happened, with the exact roster that the Seattle Kraken took in the expansion draft. I went through, edited the roster, made everything accurate, and we didn't do so well in year 1. That's fine, that was to be expected. It was kind of a burn year, but now is when we are taking over and really making some adjustments in free agency. We went through the draft in the last episode, able to get Brant Clark early on, and we'll see how he turns out. Again, we've got some huge impact players coming in the draft in Connor Bedard as well as Shane Wright this year, and we'll see if we can land one of those top-notch superstars, which is kind of what, I mean, in my opinion, what the Seattle Kraken are trying to do in real life. So we'll see what we can do there. Again, I think this is going to be another rough year, but who's to say? We'll go through free agency, see what we can do. We're also going to try and improve the coaching staff. But we've got a lot of stuff to get to, so let's jump right into an episode 2 of our Seattle Kraken Franchise Sim. All right, so here we are, guys. Again, Jordan Everly led the way with 68 points. And we'll go ahead and take a look at our free agent list. So we've got 17.46 mil to use in this offseason. We've got Alex Ovechkin. He's available at 95 overall. Insane that he is still that high. Looking for a 2-year deal. And again, honestly, if the Kraken were trying to go for it, this would be a nice player to go out and get, obviously, because he is so good. He's a 95 overall, but he's obviously going to be he's going to decline very rapidly. We've got Tyson Barrie, 87 overall. He wants close to 8. Then we've got Gabriel Landeskog, which is kind of interesting. Part of me wants to sign him because I think that the real Kraken probably should have taken a big run at him, which they probably did. It's just the money wasn't there. We've also got Petrie and Nugent Hopkins as well. Nugent Hopkins wants 10.5 mil. For 6 years. Like, what? Got Zach Hyman getting 6.7. That's what he's looking for anyways. Thomas Tatar at 30 years old. There isn't a ton of great players. We've got Sam Reinhardt, who wants 7.1 at 85 overall. I'm wondering what the lowest he would go if he was going on a lesser deal. I'm okay with offering some players to improve the roster now. But it's got to be, we can't be locked into these huge deals. Like, even 2 years, I'm okay with Sam Reinhardt, an 85 overall center. Again, we've got really bad center depth, and it's going to be a few years before we have anyone. We need to compete a little bit, even though, tanking probably is the number one play here. Another thing that we need to pay attention to is the two-way contracts that are, people are looking to sign because, we don't really have that much of an AHL team. We'll take a look. Benjamin Gleason, 23 years of age, a medium top 6, actually. We're going to go ahead and offer him a contract, see if he'll take 3 years. Oh, no, he can't. Okay. See if he'll take 2. Again, we do need some depth on the AHL team just because there really isn't any. So, Lettieri, a 3-year deal. Again, just trying to give us some depth in the AHL. Looking for some younger guys here. Pitlick. Again, can he go higher? He can. He's 76 overall. That's not bad. Maxim Latunov from my Sharks. We'll throw him a deal as well. And there we go. And again, we're just trying to see if guys will accept, just to give our AHL team some life, I guess. Take a look at the contracts that we do have. Again, cap space is pretty dope. There isn't really anyone we're looking to re-sign, though. Like, Jan Krook is up next year, and what does his extension want? Like, he wants 7.8 at 29 years of age. Like, I don't know about that. Jared McCann, however, that might be a little bit more doable. Outside of that, let's take a peek here. What do we have in the minor league, in the system? We just simply don't have that many players. Like, that's it. Yeah, and what about in nets? Let's take a look. Goaltenders, we've got Decord and we've got Sebastian Casa, who we did draft this year, and then Vanashek and Drieger in net. So we do need to sign some goaltender depth as well. So we'll go through and see who else is available in net. We're looking for a 2-way contract. And again, this is kind of just about purging. I really like what Ron Francis did in terms of acquiring the assets that he did, but then not the assets, the cap space that he did. But the problem is that he didn't do anything else with it. Like, there were some selections at Morgan Geekie specifically. He took Morgan Geekie from the Carolina Hurricanes, but didn't take Jake Bean or Nino Niederreiter. That means that, that was just more assets they could have taken. I mean, if they think Geeky's going to turn into something, sure. But Jake B netted a second-round pick from the Columbus Blue Jackets, so I don't know. Just odd all the way around in that sense, but. All right, so the best backup or the best goal. Oh, here we go. We've got some younger goaltenders that look like they will sign two-way deals for a while. And again, we've got Joey Decord, so that's fine. Maybe one more. We've got Gustafson. Gustafson becomes actually half decent from our. There we go. We'll see if he'll sign that. Okay, and then defenseman. We'll sign another defenseman, Milosh from my Sharks again. And Corbinian Holzer, also another former Shark. But in terms of just like top end talent, I mean, I don't think there is really any here that we can go after. I mean, like we can go get Landeskog for a couple years, 87 overall. But it's going to be a while before our team really becomes that. We got to build through the draft. Like Pavel Buchnevich, what is he? I mean, like 26 years of age, he's really not going to get any higher, which is the issue. So I don't know if we should just sit with this, be bad, and like that's fine. I think that's what we're going to do right now and just see if those AHLers will sign. And okay, our first coach didn't go. And nope. All right, so we've got to go back to the drawing board of the coaching staff. So we're looking for assistant coach and associate coach. They just were so low overall. Trying to find a B at least would be half decent. Albert Wakabayashi. Okay, we're going to offer him a big deal. All right, see if we can lock up those guys. Nicholas Milosh does accept. Gustafson accepts. Burden, Pitlick, Lettieri, Maxim Latunov, Gleason. So all the AHLers accept, which is nice. And the coaching staff is just an awful, brutal one to get around here. Okay, we got Wakabayashi. What a name. That's crazy. All right, let's take another quick look. We also have to sign some scouts as well. All right, so we do need an assistant coach, but, however, our coaching staff looks a little bit better. So we do need an assistant coach, so we'll see if Huberdeau, see if that flies. Larson for Bernier. Nope. We do not want to move on from Larson, in my opinion. There we go. All right, so we've got a new coaching staff. I'm liking that a lot more. A little bit better. And we'll see if that helps out. So, we are... Let's take a look at the contracts. How many do we have right now? We've got 43. How many forwards do we have? Actually, let's do by centers. We have 3 centers in the main roster. McCann, Appleton, and Pitlick. That is got to change. In the system, we've got Chartier, Lettieri, Quinville, Geeky, and then a bunch. Okay, so that works. We do need to sign another centerman, though. So... All right, let's take a look at wingers. Yarncroke and Tanev. Right wingers we've got a ton of. Okay. Defensemen. We have a lot of defensemen. Okay. They have a really good decor right out of the gate. And we've got a lot there. Okay. All right, so let's take a quick look and see if there is any centerman that we can go out and grab. And a year... Marcus Johansson wants a 1-year deal. I'm cool with that. Might be able to flip him for picks. Who's to say, right? A 3.6 mil? Probably not, though, actually. How about Stastny? Or Blake Coleman. I'm cool with Blake Coleman. Let's see if we can get Blake Coleman. Probably not. Maybe we'll give him 2.4. And the last one, Barbashev. Same thing. 3-year deal isn't terrible, but we'll see. We'll give him a little bit more because, you know, we are... never mind. Sorry, that is an RFA. Blackwell, we didn't re-sign. He wants $2 million. That's nuts. But Nino's 30. Some of these guys want contracts. Are just... It's wild to me. I actually kind of wouldn't mind signing Johansson. Let's see if we can get him on a cheap deal. All right, here we go. Blake Coleman signs... And Johansson signs. All right, let's sim to the next season and see where we're at. I like it. We'll see. All right, here we are in year 2 of the Kraken franchise sim. We'll take a look at the lines now. So, Kelly Yarncroke up at line number 1, 86 overall. Jared McCann and Cole Lind. So, we've got to do some major adjustments here. So, I'm just going to take a quick second and put everyone where they should be. All right. So again, coaching, this team just does not get a big boost from the coaching staff. And I really don't want to go out and find a coach that really fits everything because a lot of these guys won't be on the team. A lot of it is just we're going to have to just addition by subtraction over the next couple of seasons in the draft. And if we can get some banger free agents to sign. But here it is what it is. So we've got McCann with Yarncroke and Everly, our first line. Then we've got Donskoy, Appleton, and Yanni Gord, Brandon Tanev, Marcus Johansson, and Cole Lind on that third line. Then Bo Bennett, Blake Coleman, and Tyler Pitlick. On defense, the defense is kind of nice. The 90 overall Giordano with chemistry, and the 86 Adam Larson. We've got Hayden Fleury, 82 overall with Vince Dunn, and then Cholowski with Cale Fleury. On the bench, too, we've got to make some decisions in terms of, so we've got Alexiak and Susie still. And we're probably going to move on from them. I mean, we've got to make some trades to try and get rid of some of these guys. We've got Drieger and Vanashek and net. But again, the team is just not going to look all that good. That's just how it's going to be. And we're looking for the draft. So we'll take a look at the draft class right now and who's in it. Shane Wright still obviously the number one to go after. We've also got, Brad Lambert, Matthew Savoy. So we will take a look and see if we can't get some huge assets in the draft. And hopefully we can get that first overall pick. We'll see. But again, we're going to lose a lot of players in throughout the season as we try and sell. Again, this is much like the Ottawa Senators series where we're trying to build through the draft. But this is even more important because we just don't have a team. And we're looking to make the Seattle Kraken a perennial contender. All right, so we're all ready to go. We'll sim to the regular season. And then we're going to update our trade chart or trade block as well. Because we'll see if we can't take a look at who's expiring and see if we can't get some more assets. Again, more picks, the better. And we'll take a quick look just to see who is expiring. Take a look here. As we are looking at... So, Giordano is expiring. I want to keep him. Again, the first captain of the team. I want to keep him. Same with Calle Yarncroke. I think he's a fine player at 8.75. Oh, my Lord. He does want an extension. Jared McCann, a little bit younger. I would actually be okay with extending him. And again, we'll do if anyone doesn't know, and you're watching franchise mode, episodes for the first time, anyone that does want an extension will take a pay cut of about 85%. So, let's take a look at if that's even potentially doable. So we're looking at about $5 million for 4 years. That's not awful, considering he might grow just a little bit. We'll see if we'll fire him one, and he's an RFA. Appleton wants to re-sign, and I'm $4 million. That's just so much money. Maybe on 1-year deals. Lozon's got to go. Bennett. Yeah, a lot of these guys. Vanacek. Wow, Vanacek. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see. We still have to spend money. We're almost at the floor, so let's take a look at what our trade block looks like. Yeah, okay. So let's go through here and just kind of weed out what we want. So our only real good player is Clark, which is fine. We're going to have to sign Yarncroke. I think that's okay as well. Giordano, no, Jared McCann we want to keep. Appleton, I might try and get rid of Appleton, to be honest with you, because he's got quite a bit of trade value. Maybe we try and flip him for a first or something. That's kind of crazy. Fleury as well. I don't really want to get rid of him. Johansson I would love to get rid of. Again, we just signed him. It would be cool to flip. Outside of him, let's take a peek. Not really seeing anyone else. All right, we'll monitor it throughout the year. All right, guys, so let's sim through about halfway through the year and see where we're at. I suspect we will be bad, which is fine. And there we go. All right, let's get into it. The difference this season makes is we are halfway through the year. Well, I'm close. January 1st, and we are third in the Pacific Division in a playoff spot. Jared McCann leading the way with 28 points in 37 games. That's actually hilarious that we have somehow managed that. But nonetheless, we're in a playoff spot. Nice to see. We'll take a quick look at how the team is doing outside of McCann, obviously, who's been a nice, pleasant surprise. He also re-signed, guys, so he is going to be on the team at 3.25. Oh, it doesn't show the extension here. I'll show it to you guys in just a little bit. Yarncroke with 28 in 37. And then Johansson, who we just picked up. Giordano's got 24 and 37. And then in net, We've got Drieger, who's got a brutal save percentage, but Vanacek kind of picking it up with the 928 save percentage. Might need to flip them and see if he's the starter now. But we'll take another look at the contract situation because we really need to figure out if we're going to extend some guys. So, again, we'll go to all expiring. Giordano, what does Giordano want? $7 million on a 1-year deal. I'm okay with that. Maybe just keep doing one-way deals or 1-year deals, and we'll see what this gives us. So he might take about $6 million, which is fine. We'll do 6.2 or 6.3. No, 6.2 is fine. I'm okay with that. He's obviously going to fall quite a bit, but, you know, he's come down a little bit, but it's still so much. Like, that's still... I feel like we've done really well asset-wise in terms of not locking ourselves into huge contracts. 30 years old, 86 overall. I wonder if we can just take 6.4. We still have to get to the floor, which is, like, huge, obviously. So I wonder if he'll take 6.5 for 2 years. And, again, it's going to be a bit before our prospects or anything, so that's not awful. We've got Appleton as well up for an extension, and that's a little bit better. He wanted, like, 4-something, so... again, that's a little bit more doable. What goes up at 2? Even 3 now. We'll try 2.3 for 1 year. Actually, no, we might as well go 2 if that's the case. About 2.6 for 2 years. I mean, that's a little bit better. We'll see. Again, he might not sign, but we'll take it. Aiden Fleury is a medium elite, so we kind of have to give him his money. What does he want at 2? Let's see, 4.975. He's looking at 4.2 or 4.3. Okay, we'll see, because that he might not get that much higher, so we'll see if he'll accept that. Marcus Johansson, I'm not. Lozon, does he want a 2-way deal? Oh, it's just a 1-way deal, although it's pretty cheap. Sure, why not? Bennett, I do not want to offer him a contract. Actually, he wants a 2-way deal. I'll give him a 2-way deal. Yeah, absolutely. Pitlick, does he want a 2-year deal? Nope, absolutely not. Quinville, do you want one? Nope. Work Chartier, he does. We'll take that. Again, a lot of these guys we signed in that first year just to play on the team. If they don't want 2-way deals, then I'm whatever. That's fine. McDermott, we'll put there. Hunwick. Wow, Hunwick is old. Schmaltz. Roman Polak, no. And then we've got some prospects. And again, that's fine. What about Nets? No expiring. All right, so that kind of takes care of that. We'll see if some of these guys resign. Do we beat the Sharks? All right. Fleury resigns. Appleton resigns. Lozon resigns. Giordano does. McDermott, Yarncroke, Chartier, Schmaltz, Hunwick, Bennett. Okay. And we lose 2-1. How many contracts do we have now? We've got 5, and so 13 million left next year, or currently. So we'll see what that plays into. And again, we're going to have a lot of draft picks. I really don't like how, I mean... We are doing well. I mean, a surprise playoff run, who's to say? But, like, I would assume that we lose. We'll sim to the deadline now and see where we're at. I mean, the heart and soul on these Kraken is just unmatched. We are in a playoff spot still, a few days before the deadline at 30, 27, and 3. It's not guaranteed we make the playoffs because we are literally 2 points up. Nope, we're tied for the last playoff spot. So we are probably not going to make the playoffs. Jared McCann's still having a great season. 53 points in 60 games. Yarncroke at 45. Giordano at 42. Eberle's up there. Yanni Gord. And then in net, let's take another look at our goaltenders. 900 save percentage for Drieger. He's not terrible. I mean, like, you know, you've seen better, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, so now we've got to make some decisions on who we are going to get rid of. So let's take a look, actually. Oops, we'll go all expiring. So Johansson can go. Pitlick can go. I just doubt that there's anything we're going to get for any of these guys, like Kuffner, Quinville, and Polak. Like, I think that these guys are just going to be gone. Do we just let it ride? I mean, I would like to see if we make the playoffs. Like, that would just be That would be kind of funny. So I don't really want to lose. I mean, wow, he really fits, huh? Yeah, these boys just do not fit their team, huh? Jared McCann fits a lot better on the second line, but Appleton is not a first-line center, so there's that. I think we just have to let her go here. Soucy and Alexiak. I don't think we can get anything for Alexiak, though. Maybe Carson Soucy? Let's take a peek. All right, you know what? Johansson has some value. Let's see what we can get. All right, 2/3. One this year and one next year. 2/3. A second in 2023 and a fourth. And a second-round pick and a fourth. You know what? Let's do it. We've got John Quinville called up, and we'll just put Blake Coleman up one, and we really don't lose all that much. And we acquired a second-round pick in the draft, so I'm completely okay with that. Again, we're not going to make the playoffs, and if we do, it's by some actual miracle. Actually, how's the AHL team doing? Oh my god, they're actually good. Hello? They're okay. They're in a playoff spot, I believe. Okay. I mean, yeah, there's really nothing else we can do. Let's take a look at the draft class real quick. And again, we see Shane Wright here. Yeah, like that is does that say Wayne Gretzky? Wow. Similar to Wayne Gretzky. Calvin Kwong. Also, Matthew Savoy. Like, I would love two of these guys. I doubt we're going to get that, but nonetheless, we still need a ton of top-end talent. And let's see what draft picks we have in this year's draft. I'm curious. We did make some moves. As we've got a first, a second, a third, 3/4, a fifth, sixth, and a seventh. So we've got some extra, fourth-round picks that maybe we can move up into the third, maybe package a third and all of these fourths for a second, that kind of thing. Completely okay with that. And then we've got an extra second next year from the Florida Panthers. So, you know, that's not bad. That's not a bad haul, and we'll see if we can't make some impact in the draft early on. So let's go ahead and we'll sim out the rest of this and see how we do and if we can make the playoffs. Man, that would be a miracle. All right, the regular season ended, and we finished 40, 36, and 6 for 86 points. We were 3 back of a playoff spot in the West. Holy smokes. We'll take a look at how the team did. Jared McCann, our first-line center, had 64 points in 82 games. Giordano was 62 points on the back end. Yarncroke had 59. Everly did well. Our team's depth, like, you know, if these guys weren't relied upon to score, like, a ton as our top 6, like, it's not awful. In nets, Drieger, you know, went 30 and 27, really a 900 save percentage, so, like, that's nothing. Cole Lind had 23 points in 82 games. But nonetheless, we did not succeed. So we can go ahead. Actually, did the AHL team? I don't believe they made the playoffs either. They did not. All right. Oh, they was close, though. All right, so let's go ahead and finish off this season. See who wins the Stanley Cup. We'll take a look at the award winners and whatnot as well. All right, so the Vancouver Canucks are your Stanley Cup champions. What? The Calder Cup goes to the Syracuse Crunch. Okay. Well, that happened. Let's go to the draft. And what do you know? We stay in 12th. Okay, that's okay. So we are going to have to make some hella moves to get Shane Wright. We did far better than I wanted to. And you know, it is what it is. Oh, man, I would love to get Shane Wright. I mean, maybe it's just not possible, but he helps us more than anyone else. Corey Perry retiring, Zdeno Chara, Steen, UC Jokinen, Molson. A lot of pretty good top-end players. Anyone in net? Chad Johnson and Victor Fats. Oh, my goodness. We are going to have to make some moves to make that happen. As obviously, we want Shane Wright, and we are going to have to give the farm to get him. But remember, next year, Connor Bedard is available. Let's see if it's even possible, because he is going to be first overall, the 101. And, I mean, we are going to have to go big. I mean, would that actually work, a first and a second? No. I don't know if this is even possible. Huge pick package. Like, all right, there is literally no way that we are going to be able to trade up to get this guy. Like, I offered a first this year, the 2024 first-round pick, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. It's just not going to happen. So the Shane Wright dream is over. And now we've got to take a look at who we're going to get after that. I mean, we could go Kwong. We could go Brad Lambert. Let's see. 1 year out as center. Nicholas Backstrom is the play style. Or we could go Matthew Savoy, which is probably a better option in terms of that. I mean, that's tough. We're not going to get Shane Wright. But, I mean, we outperformed. It is what it is. So we'll go ahead and sim a few picks. Shane Wright, the medium franchise 81 overall player. And obviously, and Kwong was an 83 overall medium elite. Hello. We've got Lundqvist as a 75 overall medium elite. And again, how far down is it? We did this in the other. All right, we're going to start trying to trade for these picks. We made the mistake in the Send series. I don't want to make it again getting the guy that we want. So I doubt this goes through, but a third and a fourth when our first, that's not going to do it. Would another fourth do it? Maybe. I would like to keep our second round pick. Nope. Okay, we've got another second round pick from next year that we got in that Johansson deal. And we'll see. That one's rejected. What about third and a fourth? So a big pick package here. Nope. Oh my goodness. Do we have to let... we could go our second. There we go. Okay, we got it. That's a big pick package, but again, that's okay. We want quality. Well, we want quality and quantity, but... All right, so Matthew Savoy is 1 year out, so he's probably going to be around 75 overall, but he is a medium elite, and we will go ahead and make that pick. And a 74 overall medium elite, we've got a top-end offensive prospect to go after. Is there anyone else, like, kind of just simmering around down here in the middle of the first round that's, been scouted that looks pretty good? Any other elites, I guess, would be... Wow, a gem right there. Dahl, here we go. Dahl, 5 years out, medium elite. That is going to be a really low overall. Any low elites? Nope. We do have Pete Murley, who is a gem. 4 years out is going to be awfully low overall. I mean, okay. Who's at the top of this still? Lambert, but there's no way we're going to be able to get Lambert, I don't think. And we still need our first next year. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll just sim. Actually, we'll sim to the end of this round and see where we're at. All right, so taking a look, Brad Lambert was 75 overall, medium elite, so just slightly better than Savoy, but not enough to be upset about. Kukkonen was a 77 medium elite. Any other elites that we missed here? Not seeing any. Any low elites? No, wow. Weak draft classes. It appears. In the second round, we'll take a look at the start of the second round. Braden Peterson. We do have Pete Murley here. She's 4 years out, though. At how old? 17? 21 is listed as a gem. And Dahl. When do we draft next? 44. You know what? Let's see. We'll go through a little bit here and see if we can get one of these guys. He's coming up. I really don't think it matters, though, because he's going to be so low overrated. They're probably going to take him right here. How far back are we, though? We need this pick. I want that goaltender, too, though. Let's see. What do they want? Yeah, we don't really have... I mean, like, all of it. We could trade basically the back part of our draft, but it's still not going to be enough. Yeah, I don't blame him. Whoops, don't want that. I wonder if we could do our fourth and a third next year. And another fourth. A little bit closer. Do we have any extra picks next year? No. It did go through. Okay, so we can get both guys. I do kind of want to get some more prospects, as many as we possibly can. We'll see what he is. He's a top 6, a medium top 6, and, he's probably going to be low rated. That medium top 6, 60 overall sniper. Now let's see if we can get our goaltender. Actually, when's he coming up? Dahl, 4 away. How far away? Okay, we'll roll the dice. Let's go. All right, let's make our pick. We'll take Dahl. He's going to not, he's a goalie prospect, so medium elite, 49 overall. All right, so now we can go ahead. Actually, we'll take one last look. Are there any other hidden gems here that I would really like? Not really. Doesn't appear to be. Is that a low top 4? Cheestoff. It's 2, yeah. That'd be another second round or so. All right, we'll sim to our next pick. All right, so much like what I did in the other ones, I don't really have any for sure's here. So what we can do is just go ahead and see if we can find a trade for these. A 4th rounder next year. A 3rd rounder. Okay, yeah. Actually, what is Corpus Salo's trade value? That's an 84 overall starter. Oh, much lower than I thought. Okay, I'll get rid of that. Okay, oops. Okay, so the 3rd round pick is nice. If we can get a 3rd. What's the worst team? The Panthers are pretty decent. Colorado's pretty good. Actually, Colorado sim's awful, but we'll do Winnipeg. That's fine. All right, so with the 7th rounder, let's see if we can take a flyer. Let's take Kirill Ivanov, an enforcer, 5 years out. This is going to be great. Oh, yeah, 50 overall, medium 7th defenseman. That's what you like to see. Real grit to the squad. All right, so Savoy, Murley, Dahl, and Ivanov are now on the squadron. And we'll go to the re-sign phase, although we did pretty much everything, although we need to re-sign our coaches, actually, because, I mean, somehow, some way, they almost made the playoffs with the absolute dumpster of a team. At the contracts, and we've pretty much done everything. We have $12 million in cap space currently, and no one expiring because we pretty much took care of everything. Let's see what Pitlick wants. No. Quinville. Does he want a two-way deal? Nope. Kuffner's 26. We might as... no, he wants a one-way deal. And then we've got some 68 overalls. Like, these are really young guys, but medium bottom 6, AHL. Yeah, like, these guys just aren't going to become anything. So we can lose these guys. That's fine. And no one in net. So, yeah, we're pretty much all set for free agency here. All right, so here we go. We're at free agency of year 2. We'll take a peek at who's available at the top. Bufflin there always. We've got Patrice Bergeron who wants a two-way deal or 2-year deal. Also have, like, Giroux. Like, here's the thing. Because we didn't get Shane Wright, like, Savoy's probably not going to start in the NHL this year. And we really need to do bad. Like, Bedard is someone that I do not want to miss out on. Like, when we go and take a look at what we have in value now, the franchise actually has some players. Like, Savoy's a 74 overall as an 18-year-old and has a ton of value. As is Brant Clark is now up to a 72. I think we can put him in the AHL squad now. McCann's been really good. Giordano, I mean... I think this might be the time that we trade him. Got Vince Dunn as well. Yarncroke is signed for 2 years. And, you know, I like the way that the team is going. How about in net, that goaltender? Yeah, Pardal. Look at that trade value. We will get something for him because he is just a ways out. Like, real far. But definitely, we've got now some prospects at each position among the high-end ones. But we've also got some big boys coming up in the draft. And, you know, like, I really don't want to miss out on them. But we'll take a quick look at free agency for this episode. If there's anyone that you guys think that I should sign, we could do, like, Bergeron for, like, a 1-year deal. Or even Giroux, even, an 87 overall player. That's a pretty impact player. Zabinajad, he's 29, wants 4 years. Like, I don't want to do anything like that. A 1-year deal for Jenner is an 85 overall. Hampus Lindholm, wow, at 28 years old, wants a 3-year deal and under $6 million. That's not awful, in my opinion. Nazem Kadri's a little bit older now. Parayko. But we already have, like, a pretty set defensive core. Vinny Trocheck is interesting. 85 overall, about $6 million, but 3 years there. And Hurdle. We could do Hurdle. I always like getting my man Tomas Hurdle. Like, that might be someone to go after as well. 85 overall. Wants 5 years, though, at 5.5. Like, that ends up being a bad contract, like, at some point. Could also do Phil Kessel. Like, there's a lot of ways we can go here to try and kind of fill the void because the team obviously is not in good shape. We're still a very bottom team, and I can't believe we almost made the playoffs. But nonetheless, guys, let me know what you think of year 2 of our Seattle Kraken franchise as we continue to try and build up this squad to be a powerhouse in the NHL. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next episode.